So we're working with the Evo Touch B250 Hicks heat press. This is a smaller style heat press, cheaper, more affordable style heat press. Has the digital temperature and digital time on it with 2 different presets that you can make, so that you can just kind of set it and forget it when you turn it back on. It takes about 3 minutes, 4 minutes to get to your normal temperature with what that you'll be heat pressing at. Normally it's going to be around 350 degrees that you heat press most garments at. I'm heat pressing a hat today, several hats with sticky patches, but it takes about 4 minutes for this heat press to get to full 350 degrees, and I'm going to heat press these hats today at 17 seconds. What I like to do when I'm loading my hats, most heat presses or hat presses will have a spring-loaded bottom piece where you can pull it up to fixate your hats onto the top piece, so it will keep the hat from moving. This heat press also comes with a built-in Teflon sheet. It comes with 2 extra Teflon sheets, but this will protect your heat panel versus what you're going to be heat pressing, because you never want to damage heat panel or get any kind of ink or unwanted grime on it. So what I do when I heat press hats or any kind of garment, I like to, before I put the image on there, I like to press down, kind of iron it out first, make sure it's flat, make sure the hat is flat, t-shirts are flat, no wrinkles. Kind of like at home, when you iron your shirt, you want it to be nice and crisp, because once it's on there and you heat press it down, it's not coming off. And if any wrinkles or strings are in the middle of your garment or logo, it will mess up the image. The B250 Hicks heat press also has a spring-loaded back, which allows this to pop off after the timer has gone. This is not an automatic pop, but it helps release from the garment or the hat. This heat press also comes with 4 different style palettes that'll adhere to different style hats. The patches that we're heat pressing today, we got them online, completely blank. We took the patch to a glow forge, inserted our logo into the glow forge. If you're familiar with the glow forge, they're pretty neat little pieces of machines. You can kind of cut out any kind of image you want to on anything that you might want, especially patches, because these patches are a little thick, so it has a little bit of room to make an indentation. And that's how we get the separation of the leather top versus the black background. So again, insert your hat to the spring-loaded bottom. Heat press or iron your hat before inserting the patch on. I do it for maybe 4 or 5 seconds. The patch already has a sticky adhesive on the back. Once you apply the heat, that's what causes it to adhere and bond to the garment, and it will not release after you press it on. Yeah, so this heat press, any heat press honestly, is good for taking to fairs, to school events, baseball events, sporting events, to set up a trailer or a table close by. Buy a bunch of patches beforehand, print off a bunch of heat transfers beforehand if you screen print or you have a large format heat press. Just like this hat press, this is a very good thing to travel with and go to different events. You can see this is a probably 11 by 17 style, max width and length, maybe a 13 by 19. So this can fit in anything, your car, back seat, trunk, and is great to take to any sporting event. No need for embroidery patches. These adhesive patches are very good for most any hat. And the cost is 25 cents all in after you use the glow forge and you cut your logo out. So on these heat press, underneath the hat platform is a off contact or a how much pressure you want to apply to the press, to the panel, so you can apply as much pressure as you want to this hat. So here's a little bit of overview of the hat heat press. Super simple. Plug it in. Automatically comes on. You got your digital timer, digital temperature. Very simple, easy to use, just like any other heat press. And great for traveling with ball teams, any kind of fair or that type of event. Was I supposed to be looking at it?
No, you're good.
Okay. That's a heat press. It's a hat heat press. Very simple. Not the greatest outro, but